music, and we're going to talk about how you can play a song called First Love by Jennifer Lopez. And we end up cabling this on 4th fret to kind of match the recording, but walk through a couple things in root position. And it starts out with this cool little bass line actually for the intro where you could play 3rd fret on the low E, and then open A, and then 2nd fret on the low E string, and then 3rd fret on the low E string. So we kind of got a G note, and then an A note, and then an F sharp note, and then back to a G note through the intro. And you could even back that up with power chords if you kind of dig on power chords just to make that thicker. So you could do a G5 power chord by doing 1st finger on the A or low E string 3rd fret, 3rd finger on the A 5th fret, and kind of work that for your G5. And then for the A note, you could use an A5 power chord by doing open A and 2nd on the D, or you could even take that G5 shape we were just on and slide it over 2 frets to make an A5 on 5th and 7th frets. And then for the F sharp, you could use an F sharp 5 power chord by doing 1st finger on the low E 2nd, 3rd finger on the A string 4th fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds, or just the E and the A string actually, that sounds an F sharp 5 power chord. And then you'd be going back to the G. So if you want to just kind of follow that lick, you'd have kind of that G, A, F sharp, doing 8 downs on each of those chords just to kind of make that a little bit thicker, and adding a little bit of right hand maybe make that a little bit sneaky. So if you dig on that, that might be a cool way to intro the tune. Or you could use bigger chords, and we start on a G major chord. And normally you do this 1st finger on the A 2nd, 2nd finger on the low E 3rd, 3rd finger on the high E 3rd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a G major chord, and it sounds really happy. Now you may also dig on putting the 3rd finger on the B 3rd, pinky on the high E 3rd, kind of working that for your G major. And then from the G we'd be going to an A major chord. Normally you do this 1st finger on the D 2nd, 2nd finger on the G 2nd, 3rd finger on the B 2nd. So a big party on the 2nd fret. That sounds an A major chord. Now you may also dig on lifting off the 3rd finger, making that an A suspended 2nd. Or you could add in the pinky on the B string 3rd for an A suspended chord, kind of say some things around the A. Or you may even dig on a slightly bitier A, kind of working an A7 by kind of lifting off the 2nd finger. Always a dangerous finger to lift. Or you could even kind of readjust the fingers and put the pinky in on the high 3rd, give that a little bit more bite if you want to make that a little nastier. And then from the A, we'd be going to an F sharp minor chord. We'll talk about some easier ways to do this. Normally you do this as a 2nd fret bar, 3rd finger on the A 4th fret, pinky on the D 4th fret. And if you strum all those together, it sounds an F sharp minor chord, and it sounds really sad. Now you may also dig on lifting the pinky and making that an F sharp minor 7, or especially if you're just starting out, it might be easier to work a D sus / F sharp, where you do 1st finger on the low E 2nd, 2nd finger on the G string 2nd, 3rd finger on the B 3rd, pinky on the high E 3rd. That's something called D suspended. It's got an F sharp in the bass, so kind of following that F sharp bass note. So our bass note's right, and actually from the G, that can make that change a little bit easier. And actually for the A, if you're digging on that voicing, you could use an A7 sus by doing 1st finger on the D 2nd, 2nd finger on the G 2nd, 3rd finger on the B 3rd, pinky on the high E 3rd. And that way you could actually kind of leave the 3rd and the 4th fingers down through that whole change. Kind of G, A, D sus / F sharp, G through the intro. Or there's a couple other strumming options you may want to think about. One of my favorite strum patterns for a 4/4 like this is down, down, up, up, down, up. So we took the G and just tried that a lot. You'd have down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. So we tried that through the intro progression. You have the G, A, F sharp minor, G, G, A, F sharp minor, challenging actually a tempo for the tune, but I was digging on something called the 16th note strum pattern. And what I mean by that is if you're tapping your foot to the beat, right now we're dividing that beat into 2 parts with our down, down, up, up, down, up. So kind of 1, 2, 1, 2, and that's called an 8th note. What a 16th note is where you divide that into 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And one of my favorite 16th note strum patterns is a long down, 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 up, down, down, up, down. And what I mean by that is if you take the G and do it down for 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, switching you're doing on the first beat. Then on the second beat, you do a down on 1, down on 3, up on 4. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. And then on the third beat, you do a up on 2, down on 3. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 up, down, 1 up, down, 1 up, down. And then on the last beat, you're going down, up, right along with the 1, 2, 3, 4. So down, up, down, down, up, down, down, down. So all together, you got down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 down. You have to go pretty quick for the tempo, just to try that through the intro progression. G, down, down, up, down, 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 up, A, down, down, up, down, 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 up, sharp minor, down, 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 G, down, down, up, down, 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 G, down, down, up, down, 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 A, down, down, up, down, 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 sharp minor, down, 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 G, down, down, up, down, down, down. Or I also found myself switching to a different 16th note strum pattern. And it's kind of a down, up, down, up, down, up, down. If you kind of dig on this, you take the first beat, you do a down on 1 and then an up on 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then on the second beat, you do the up on 2, down on 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 up, down, 1 up, down, 1 up, down. And then on the third beat, you do a up on 2, up on 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 up, 1 up, 1 up, up. And then on the last beat, you do the down, up, right along with the 1, 2, 3, 4. So down, up, down, 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 down. So all together, you got down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down. So we tried that through the progression. We have the G, A, F sharp minor, G, our main verse idea. And our main verse starts on the G note, and then we play open A. Then you hear this cool little punch where you could do an open A to second fret on the A to second fret on the low E string. So it's a lot of the same notes. Actually, we're kind of adding a B note to what we had before. So now we got G, A, B, F sharp 3, open A, open 2, 2. Kind of turns up through the verses. And you could back that up with the power chord idea too, actually. You'd start on the G5, and then we go to the A5, and then we do another A5, but then we could go to a B5 for kind of our B note by doing first finger on the A second, third finger on the D fourth fret. And if you strum just the A and the D string, that sounds a B5. Or if you're digging on kind of that moving the shape over, you could take that A5 shape that we were doing and kind of slide it over to 7th and 9th for a B5. Before we go to the F sharp 5. So you got kind of that G, A, B, F sharp, G, A, B, F sharp. Or you could make that B note a little bit thicker by using a B minor chord. And normally you do this as a second fret bar, second finger on the B third fret, third finger on the D fourth fret, pinky on the G fourth fret. If you strum all those together, that sounds a B minor chord and it sounds really sad. Now if you lift off the pinky though, that makes that a B minor 7. And if you're doing another way to play B minor 7, if you want to try and avoid the bars, we're doing first finger on the A second, second finger on the G second, third finger on the high E second fret, kind of doing the A string to high E. Or if you're digging on those other voicings for like the A7 says voicing, then you may want to put the first finger on the A second, second finger on the G second, third finger on the B third, and the pinky on the high E third. And if you strum the A string to the high E string, it's another way you can kind of work your B minor chord. So through that verse part, you'd have kind of that G, and then the A, B, F sharp. You may want to just make that big down. So A, B, F sharp, G, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, A, 2, 3, 4, A, B, F sharp, G, A, Or if you're doing your down, down, up, down, up, for the A lick, you may want to do the A with a down, down, up, and then go into that A, B minor, F sharp is kind of downs. So you have a G, down, up, down, up, A, down, up, A, B minor, F sharp, G, down, up, down, up, A, B, F sharp, G, down, up, A, down, up, A, B, F sharp, through that part. Or if you're digging on the 16th, what I thought was kind of cool with the recording is doing the A with the down, 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 up, and then doing the A with the down, down, B minor on the up, up, and then go to the F sharp minor for a down. So that's a little weird. A, down, 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 up, A, down, B minor, up, F sharp minor, A, down, down, up, A, down, B minor, up, F sharp minor, down. Kind of dig on that. Or you could even switch between those 16th patterns, kind of that G, A, B minor, F sharp, A, B minor, F sharp, kind of working through that part. And then from there, then we go into our pre-chorus and our chorus part, where we kind of do our whole pattern on the G, whole pattern on the A, just like our intro, and then our F sharp minor, or you can use the down, down, up, down, up, G, A, F sharp minor, G, or you may dig on the 16th pattern, G, A, F sharp minor, G, or you may dig on the other 16th pattern, is though, to play along with Jennifer Lopez, instead of starting on a G major chord, she's starting on a B major chord. The recording, what you want to do is take a capo, and if you put the capo on 4th fret, then now your G is really a B major, and your A is really a C sharp major, and your B minor is really a D sharp minor, and your F sharp minor is really an A sharp minor. I'm going to take it from the very beginning. We have kind of that intro, and you could even work just the bass line, just that 3, open A, 2 on the low E, 3rd fret on the low E, or you may kind of dig on the power chord idea. G, A, F sharp, G, or you can work the chords with the downs, G, A, F sharp minor, into our main verse idea. And you may want to try that with the power chords too, kind of G, A, B, F sharp, G, A, B, F sharp, kind of working that idea. Or you can work the chords with the downs, G, A, B, F sharp, G, A, B, F sharp, or you can do the down, down, up, down. That idea twice and then going into our pre-chorus idea, which is just like our chorus. We kind of get to do our whole pattern on each of the chords. Kind of G, A, F sharp minor, G, down, up, down, F sharp minor, G. Do that twice for the pre-chorus, and then we kind of go into our main chorus. Something else that I like to add to a song like this too is bass notes. And a lot of times on that first down, up, down, down, up, down, up, you can throw in a bass for the chord. So on the G you have low E for the bass. On the A you have the A for the bass. On the F sharp minor you have low E for the bass. And on the B minor you have the A for the bass. So if we try that through the chorus, you could work kind of the bass, down, up, down, A with an A bass, F sharp minor. Bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, or bass, bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, or bass, bass, down, down, up, bass, down, up, down. Can all be cool variations. So you got the G, A, F sharp minor, G, A, F sharp minor. Work it off a bass, up, bass, up, down, down. If you're kind of digging on that. G, A, F sharp minor, G, A, F sharp minor, G. And then from there, we'll be going back into our verse idea. So we could kind of work that with basses too. Kind of that G, down, up, down, up, A, down, up, A, B, F sharp, G, A, or even doing the single notes, A, B, F sharp, just to kind of get that lick in there. Actually, A, down, up, A, B, F sharp, G, A, B, F sharp, or if you're digging on the 16th pattern, G, up with that other 16. Bigger chords. And then from there, we'll be going back into kind of our pre-chorus idea and our chorus, our second chorus. G, A, F sharp minor, G, or you may want to take all these ideas and kind of mix them up. Or if you know there are licks around these chords too, feel free to kind of throw them in. Then we'll be going into kind of our verse part again, kind of for our bridge. So we got kind of our G, and then from there, then we go into kind of our pre-chorus and last chorus. Our G. basics of how you can strum through First Love by Jennifer Lopez. So good luck.